What makes a Stradivarius so unique?
It's actually not that easy a question to answer, I think. First of all, it's a wonderful piece of art. It's really like a Van Gogh or a Picasso or anything that valuable. Stradivarius was one of the great artists, really. But more so for me as a player, it's the sound that makes it so unique. And what's special, for painting, you can go to a museum and look at it, but this you actually get to use, and it's only at its most beautiful when it's actually being played. So this instrument has a very powerful sound. It's very, small instrument, but for example, the War Memorial Opera House seats well over 3,000 people. And I think from every seat in the house you can perfectly hear this instrument. And it's really like a great human voice almost. It has power, but it also has warmth, and it has lots of colors. And it's very special for a player to be able to experience this. And for the audience too, I hope.
And this is called the Circle Stradivarius, and that's because there's kind of a half circle on the back of it. Is that right?
I can show you, yeah. It's right here on the back of the violin, and I think the only thing that they know is that it has always been there. So since Stradivarius made this in 1701, but nobody knows why it's there. But it's definitely, it's a mark on this violin, and it has been named after it, and it's very unique. So I think it's very pretty.
I mean, it does not look like it is 300 years old. It looks brand new, honestly.
Yeah, it looks brand new in the sense that it's in just fantastic condition, but it's very rare, and I'm maybe an expert on sound, but not on how these instruments look. But when you show this to any violin maker, they immediately can tell that it's something very special, and they can also immediately see that it's Stradivarius. So.
Wow, and what does it mean for the San Francisco Ballet to have this in the orchestra, and for you as a player, adding the value to you and your experience?
I've played on very nice instruments also before, but I always hit a point where I'm like, oh, this doesn't quite work, and oh, that didn't sound good, and oh, the violin can't do this. And now when something sounds bad, I always know it's my fault. It's not the violin. This thing can do anything. And I think for the ballet, especially since there's so many violin concertos in the repertoire, it just elevates the whole experience of the music in the ballet. It's really quite wonderful.
It has such a rich sound. When I heard you play it for the first time, there's something so unique to hear an instrument that has this old soul to it. I think that what you had said for the Picasso, you get to play an old historical thing that has been passed down from many musicians through the decades, and now you get to make music on it, and it really does bring a depth to the music. And I definitely think I can hear it as a listener. But does it feel different to you in any way?
It's very, very special. I mean, so musically and in terms of playing, it's just really interesting, and I find different colors on it all the time, and it's great. But also it brings a big sense of responsibility to play something like this, because it really feels like I'm a caretaker for a while, and this instrument, I hope that I'll be able to play it for a long time, but then somebody else will enjoy it again, and hopefully for many, many, many years or centuries even to come.
So how can we help you own this violin?
We'll never own this violin. It's a very, very valuable violin. So the only thing I can hope for, and also that the San Francisco Ballet can hope for, is that somebody would be, or a couple of people would be interested in buying this as an investment, really, and then loan it to me or the San Francisco Ballet for my youth.
That song or those few pieces that you just love playing on the Stradivarius, what really makes this violin sing?
You know, this violin, to be honest, it can do anything. So it can play really harsh music, it can play really, really sweet music, can play old and new. It really, the colors, I believe, are endless. I think what you're hinting at is that I recently played a piece which many people love. It's this meditation from Thais by Massenet. And yes, it is a very famous piece and everybody plays it all the time, but it's definitely special to play it on an instrument.